going back to 2014, going into 2015, you met Jeffrey Williams for a short period of time that you were, my word would be hanging out with him, but that's a bad word, that you were in his company and he was in your company, a short period of time. Is that fair to say?
Right.
And when you met him, you already said that he was very popular.
Yes.
True. And is it true that that you observed he was trying to help people like you, but other people too, to get jobs, like legitimate jobs?
What you mean?
Recording studios?
No, I'm saying I don't get what you're asking me.
Okay, let me ask you a different way. So forget about what I said. When you met Jeffrey, did you witness him trying to get people to have a legitimate job? A legitimate just means a job at a recording studio, make music, trying to help people.
I can't speak for other people, but he tried to help me.
Okay. And when you knew him for the period of time, we're really talking about like between your birthdays. Do you know Jeffrey Williams' birthday by any chance? And if you don't, that's fine.
Well, now I do, but
you didn't back then? Okay.
I didn't, yeah.
Is it fair to say that you and he knew each other, but like after your birthday in July 2014 and really stopped because you were in custody anyway, by July 2015? That's the period of time that you knew each other? Is that true?
No, I didn't. From 2014, I met him like at the end of 2014.
And then you already told the jury, but you got locked up a lot. The police kept locking you up in January, February, March, April, May, and then June, you were locked up in federal custody for 51 months. True?
Yes.
Okay. And that's really the only period that you knew Jeffrey. Yeah. It's the only time that you were around him or he was around you. True?
Well, really, we wasn't even together every day. I was out in the neighborhood.
So when the state is asking, like, you questioned about, you were so close with him, what you really did was you'd go to a studio, he'd let you come to a studio. True?
Yes. I was going with somebody else.
Yeah. You went originally with a gentleman I know as Mr. Trontavious Stevens. Do you know that name?
Yes.
Is that also Slug and Tick?
Same person? I called him Tick, yeah.
Okay. And that's how you first were introduced to be around Jeffrey Williams, true?
I think so.
And then you would see him, he'd allow you, and when I say allow you, I mean, it was okay. It allowed a lot of people to go to his shows, right?
I think Tick invited me out.
Okay. And that was really your relationship with, and he would take pictures with you if you wanted to and he wanted to, true?
Yeah, I asked.
Yeah, and you put that on social media. You were promoting Jeffrey, and you liked that.
He gave me, yeah.
And it gave you a little bit of maybe
a lot.
Okay, gave you a lot of fame. True?
Yeah.
And you were trying to launch your own career as a musical artist at that time. True?
I was trying to find myself.
Okay. Later, though, you did try to, and you did launch your career as a musical artist, right?
Well, I going back to jail, they started locking me back up.
Okay. You were trying to do that, though. You were trying to do
I tried it.
Yes. You had a manager.
Huh?
You had a manager.
Yes, I had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they were controlling your social media feeds, etc.
Yes.
True. Okay. You put out music videos. True?
Well, my manager and them did.
Sure, but you were featured. You were starred.
Right.
It was your music.
Right.
Okay. Jeffrey never had the pleasure of having you featured in one of his songs. Is that true?
No, I ain't never been in his song.
Okay. And Jeffrey never was featured in one of your songs. Is that true?
No, me and him don't have music together.
All right. But he did put you in one song of his. You know the song Halftime?
I'm listening.
Do you remember the line, and I'm not saying this a quote, but something effective, if you mess with me, Woody will come up and pop you in the noggin. And if that's not a quote, I'm not trying to misquote it, but that's what is that something like what it says in that song?
Yeah.
And the song is Halftime, right?
Yes.
Wildly popular song.
Yes.
And the police, when that song was released, the police seized on that to use it against you, basically. You knew that, right?
Sustained.
From your vantage point, and what that means is you learned that the police was using that song. They asked you about that song.
No, they told me.
Yeah.
One of them told me that I think I had got out shit. I got out one of the jails and they got me the next day. And they were like, yeah, man, now you're at the top of our radar. It was something like, and he pissed me off when he said it.
He being the detective.
No, it wasn't no detective, it was the police.
Okay. The police officer upset you when they said
I think it was Dennis that said it. It was one of them that said it to me.
Okay. Now, that's the only time you're mentioned in one of Jeffrey's songs. Is that true?
What you mean?
There's not another song that Jeffrey, to your knowledge, mentions you.
That's
Okay. And Halftime, you know this, was made in 2000. It wasn't released till 2015, but it was made in 2014. Is that true?
yes.
Okay.
It's an old song.
And there's no truth to that lyric that you would pop somebody in the noggin for Jeffrey. Am I right?
I would never.
Okay. I want to go back to what we talked about earlier, that Jeffrey was in fact this is, by the way, Your Honor, this is J.W. Jeffrey Williams 241B, as in Barry States Exhibit 378Y, A as in Elisa. It's at 3:16:50 a.m. to 3:16:56 a.m. And this is January 28th, 2015 meeting or interview or interrogation with the police. Okay, Mr. Copeland, I'd like you to listen to this about things were good with Jeffrey. If you could just listen to this.
Defense counsel said January 20th. I think this is the January 11th interview.
You are, and thank you very much. I apologize, Your Honor. It's Mr. Copeland's January 11th, 2015 with Detective Thorpe. Same time.
I was cool with him at first. When Thorpe showed up, Thorpe started letting me hang and put me out on his songs and videos.
You were telling Detective Thorpe that Jeffrey was cool with Mr. Thomas, right?
I guess.
And that's the truth, though, right?
I don't know. I'm saying I can't hear what I said in the video.
Okay, how about this? From your observations, Jeffrey was on good terms with Donovan Thomas.
I don't think I ever seen them two. I can't remember being around both of them
Ever?
at one time.
You never saw them dap each other up?
I'm saying I don't think I've been around with. I don't think I've been around if I never seen them. I don't think I've been around with both of them in the same place. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I don't remember. I can't remember seeing both of them in the same place.
Okay. I want to talk with you about what you told the detectives. It's June 10, 2015. And this is when you're telling the detectives you're at the McDonald's and D gets into your car. I want to talk to you about this. This is JW or Jeffrey Williams 240M as in Magic, States Exhibit number 378, YE as in Aaron, 2:45 p.m. to 2:46 p.m. And you say to the police, SHI blank, I just heard D D got in the car and he was like, they just killed him. Or he like, yeah. He like, boy, they killed Nut. Detective Thorpe said, who he say killed Nut? You said, I'm telling you. Like my heart started pounding. Like who? He was like, them. And then Nard got in the car. He shut up talking. So we get riding. I'm like, where the H-E-L-L, we going? He told me that I was already trying to get the H-E-L-L away from them. So Moonton FaceTimed me. He like, boy, you know old boy just got shot, right? They saying, boy, he just might not make it. I'm like, who? He like, Nut. I'm like, huh? Man, he trying. He like, SHI, boy, you know they could scream. You know they could scream out a name, right? Man, boy, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So SHI, I'm like, man, my head started hurting instantly. I got off the phone with him. So we following behind them. We dropped. That's when we dropped them at Thug's house. They was in the car, in the first car. So when we pulled up, I want you to listen to this and tell me if that's what we're talking about. Excuse me.
So I just heard D got in the car, he's like, they killed him. He's like, boy, they killed Nut. When you say killed Nut, I'm gonna tell you, I'm like, my heart started pounding like who? He like, damn. And then another guy in the car, he shut up talking. So we get line. I'm like, where they was going? But when he told me that, I was already trying to get a head away from them. So I moved to a FaceTime, he like, but you know, old boy, they got shot, right? He's saying, boy, his head might not make it. I'm like, who? He like, Nut. I'm like, him. Man, he like, shit, well, you know they could scream, out of name, right? And well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So shit, I like, man, my head started instantly. I got off on him. So we fight behind him, we drop him. Then we pull up his own door.
Mr. Copeland, did the district attorney's office or anybody in law enforcement, an agent with the FBI who's a cell phone expert or any of the police, did they ever go over with you where your cell phone that you told them about was traveling from the McDonald's area towards Jeffrey's home on January 10th, 2015? Did they ever ask you about that to explain it?
No.